everyone, it's Rachel, and I'm here for another episode of my collab with Kelly O'Black. This is our Work the Line series, where we work within one line. This time we are working in the Maggie Holmes Chasing Dreams line, and this is kind of a weird thing where you're going to get a bonus, because I'm going to show you another layout I made. This is kind of one of those weird things. I got a new phone, and I had made a video, and I tried to back it up to iCloud, and apparently it didn't work. So I lost the video, so I'm pretty sad about that. But I'm just going to show you the layout. This is it right here. It's a single photo layout, as, half my layouts are. And I was super excited about it because I got to use all of the chipboard frames, including the one that kind of looks like, if you include the insert, it looks kind of like a grave marker, but it looks like a mirror. So it's a picture of me, and I took a picture in a mirror in the vanity area of a bathroom of a little cafe in New York City. So I got to use this little sticker, and it says New York, and in each of the frames I did either a die cut, a puffy sticker, a chipboard sticker. This one is the circle with the gold, and it's not a frame, and so I stuck a die cut with the swan over it, and I just got to use a lot of different things, including a doily, which that wasn't, of course, part of the Maggie Holmes line, nor is this or this, and my title is You Look Lovely. So it's a pun. My name is Rachel, and the meaning of Rachel comes from the Hebrew for female sheep, in U, and so I just thought it was kind of quirky and punny, and so I thought it worked out really well, because I don't know if you guys can tell in the video, but in the wallpaper is actually, it's sheep. So it just made me laugh, which is actually why I took the photos, because there's the sheep on the wallpaper after I washed my hands. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's sheep on the wallpaper, ha 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 ha. So that's really why I did the layout, less of, look, it's me, but the sheep in the wallpaper. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get you on fast forward. Make sure you go and check out Kelly's take on her using Maggie Holmes. And I'm going to be working with these two 4x6 photos from a long time back. So let's get you on fast forward, and just remember, it's going to get a little louder, okay, folks?
Okay, first thing, obviously, I meant 4x4 photos. Yes, indeedy. Okay, so I'm looking through what I have left. Because I did that other layout, I actually don't have a huge amount of paper left for this line. In fact, after I finish this layout, I'm going to take everything I have, and I do have a pretty good amount still of gather. So I'm going to go ahead and just add all of this stuff to gather, because I have a lot of embellishments for this line, not only that one piece of paper and a little bit left. And then for gather, I don't have a lot of embellishments, but I have quite a few pieces of paper. Now, as I'm going through here, and I'm just kind of trimming up what I think I'm going to use, this big black and white floral piece, I have a question for you guys. I kind of try to hold up the papers for you to see, but honestly, I don't have my lights completely above me, so I can't hold it too high or it gets too dark. Is that something that's important to you? Because I will write them down and try to remember to say them if it's super important. If it's not something, if at least you know the line, are you okay with me not necessarily trying to show you the papers? Just let me know leave a comment down below and let me know that. I think I have one more question. As I'm going on, I will let you know what that is. Okay, so I've got that bold floral on the bottom 2/3 of my layout, and then I'm doing just a little bit of layering with the B side of that floral, which is that aqua piece, and then the pink and blue as a larger portion. And then I decide I'm going to take this strip of the aqua, and I'm going to trim it down a little bit. I thought it was too big, and then I'm going to consider using just that small piece. But I'm like, no, that's too small. But I'm like, oh, I can add it down here at the bottom. That'll be really cute. So I'm going to grab my Scotch Quick Dry Adhesive, which now is called Scotch Tacky Glue. And I get asked all the time, that is a fine line bottle top. You can just buy the bottle tops on Amazon. You don't need to get the entire bottle. And also, I had asked this question and got a couple of people said that if you just add a little bit of water, you won't have problems with it getting glued shut. I did that, and I have not had a problem, so thank you to the several people who mentioned that. I'm going to go ahead and get my paper area glued together, because what I want to do is just do a very, very little bit of misting just kind of so it pokes out right above where that photo is. So to do that, I need to kind of get an idea of where my photo is going to actually rest, but I don't want to glue anything to my background because I don't want it on my background paper. I just want it kind of to poke out above my photos. I am using Shimmer's Vibes in, I believe it's called Razzle Dazzle Berry. It's kind of a pinkish purple. Excuse me. I also, with that aqua stripe across the top, I also cut a little bit of that pink and blue paper, and I actually ended up losing it and having to grab a new one. It's no big deal, I just wanted to mention that. So as this is drying, I'm going to take these two cameras I cut out from the B-side of, actually I think the pink and blue might be the B-side of this camera paper, and I'm going to go ahead and use my little small trimmer, and this is another thing I just got off of Amazon. I believe I saw Den Scow had something, either this, I don't remember if it's this exact one or just something similar, but it's by Swingline, and I think it was like $11, something like that. And it just works really well for cutting smaller things rather than hauling out. I mean, I love my Caterpillar crop, but it's a little big, just to, you know, if I want to cut a tiny piece of paper. I'm going to decide to take Hickory Smoke Distress ink and ink all the edges of my papers. The little cut aparts, I just cut apart my big black and white paper. I try to get behind where my photos are because I did want that plus this, so I do end up speeding this up a bit just because there was a lot to ink. Alright, while I'm doing this, I'm just going to make sure, I did mention before that Kelly is doing Chasing Dreams along with me, so make sure you go check her out. I will leave a link to her video in the description box. Okay, it looks like my stuff is dry, so I'm going to go ahead and get my papers down. I use a lot of glue. For anyone who watches my videos, that is not a shock. I also almost always manage to glue it down wrong the first time. But I managed to peel this one up without too much pain and get it down correctly the second try, so yay me. Once I get that down, I'm going to go ahead and get my photos down. Excuse me, once again, I've mentioned several times in my past couple videos I'm getting over a cold. It actually turns out, not a cold, double ear infection. I know, super awesome. Alright, I'm going to pull out my T-square and try to line up those photos so they sit straight across that paper. I don't know how successful I was, but I give it the good old college try. Alright, I'm going to get the top portion of my layout done with the paper, and I'm keeping it on the simple side because I'm going for the bold patterns this time. I'm keeping everything on the simple end of embellishing. I'm going to add some die cuts, some puffy stickers, and some regular stickers, but it's going to keep it to a few pieces rather than go kind of overboard. So I add the adventure sticker, and then I'm going to, and then I realize I should probably glue down the other piece of paper, and I'm going to go for this little flag sticker in the upper left hand corner because I've got no pink up there and I've got those pink cameras. Pink isn't a huge color on this layout, but it is in that lower corner embellishment area, so I wanted to make sure to add it to the upper one too. Now I sporadically add some word phrase stickers. I did just a little bit in each area, and above that phrase sticker was a butterfly die cut. It's hard to see. I have to fix my lighting. It got a little messed up and it's off kilter, so you're losing what's going on in that upper corner, so I apologize for that. It also has foil on that die cut, so it's even harder to see. I do pull out that floral sticker. I decided to just go for it. I don't know when else I would use that, so might as well. And I add a chipboard phrase, quote-unquote, sticker. Chipboard sticker. And what else? Some more. Oh, I add that gold and white stripe sticker, and that's going to kind of be the base of a smaller embellishment cluster at the end of where my title will be. It's also where my journaling is going to end up. So originally I was going to do round and round together to play on part of the story, but I was having trouble finding, I needed a pretty substantial font to go on top of this pattern paper. Now in the video, yes, it is hard to read. I will completely agree with you. In real life, it's fine. There's no problem. There's a photo at the end. You can see it's absolutely readable, not in video. So the together comes from the chipboard stickers, and you'll see I flipped the O and the H, and I like to do that on these when when top is one color and the bottom is the other, if I can get them not next to each other in the word. I like, for some reason, that, like, if it's like, you know, like if the O's, and if it's like BOOH, not that that's actually a word, it would bother me. I would leave the H with the gold on the bottom. Okay, so my whole point was I changed it to captured together rather than round and round, because I was having a hard time finding a font that wasn't black or white, that was super chunky, and I was just done. So I was like, yeah, we're just going to go with captured together. Okay, I'm adding just a couple more stickers to each of the embellishment clusters. That one has a little ticket. It says love, love, love. So while I'm grabbing these 2 label stickers to write my journaling, I will talk about my housemate took her child and went with her parents to Greenport, Long Island. She's from Long Island. And part of the story is that while wandering, there's a carousel there, and her child, like, rode it and rode it and rode it and had to literally physically be removed from the merry-go-round after multiple rides. So that's why I was going to go with round and round, but it was late. I was really annoyed because my other video had gotten lost, and I was just like, you know what, we're just going to go with captured. It's good. We're happy. Yay. Alright, I'm going to finish this layout on camera with some gold Heidi Swap Color Shine, and then I'm just going to soak it up a little bit because I got a little heavy-handed there. But I am afterwards going to add some enamel dots. You will see those in the photos, just not here. Thanks everyone. That's going to be it for me. Make sure you check out Kelly's video. Bye!